Hey y'all, and welcome back to Graduated and Grown. It is season 3, y'all. We started this podcast in February. Yes, February 2021, and now we are in 22. I'm feeling good, y'all. It has been an interesting couple of weeks, and we are going to get into that in today's episode. But I just want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for those of you guys who have been day one listeners. You guys have listened to all 23 episodes up until now. Thank you so much for those of you who have followed the Instagram page. For those of you who have given me feedback in my DMs, I appreciate that so much. And I'm so excited to share season 3 with you guys. It has been such a long time coming, guys. Outside of the New Year resolution and my year end episode that I did the last week of December, I didn't do an episode since September, I believe it was September 8th. It has been such a long time. And honestly, I don't know if I would ever take a break that long again because I feel like I have to retrain myself to get back into the podcast grinding mode and time management and juggling having a podcast with YouTube channel plus a job plus personal stuff. It's a lot, but I'm ready to get back because I love this podcast so much. It has been amazing having this platform, talking with my friends, talking with new people, learning so much, and having a community that I can talk about adulting with because it is not easy. It is not what they advertise on TV and magazines and in books. It's rough, okay? So before I get into this episode, today's episode is going to be a life update. A lot has happened since September 8th, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But before we get into that, I want to say there's been a new update. I don't know if you guys know this, but Spotify actually added the functionality to rate podcasts now. So before you could only do it on Apple. So you can actually rate podcasts on Spotify. You have to be an actual listener. So I can't go and find a random podcast and just give it 2 stars or 5 stars. You have to be a listener. So if you listen to this podcast on Spotify, I would really appreciate it if you left this podcast a rating. 5 stars would be amazing. Let me know what you really think about the podcast. And if you listen on Apple Music, you can leave not only a rating, but also a review. And a review would be very, very helpful. I think right now I have one review, and it's from an amazing person, Starless and Paco. I appreciate her so much. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys left a review. I probably won't recognize most people because I think you can put your name to whatever you want it to be. So it can be totally anonymous. But yeah, a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and then a rating on Spotify. I would appreciate it so much. And if you want to be amazing, you can leave ratings on both because that would be absolutely amazing. I think that when more people are engaging with your podcast, sharing it and rating and reviewing it, the podcast will pop up on more people's recommended and things like that. So that would be great because we want the graduated and grown community to grow. But okay, that's it for the intro. Let's get into where my life has been, what's been going on, the good, the bad, the weird, all the great stuff that comes with being a 20-something in today's society. I don't know about you, but I think adulting is hard. Figuring out your love life, finances, friendships, professional life, health, and how to make a freaking doctor's appointment on your own can be so overwhelming sometimes. So, welcome to Graduated and Grown, a podcast that's focused on helping you and me overcome the struggles of adulting. Let's have some fun yet honest conversations about life once you're graduated and grown. Let me tell y'all this. In March of 2020, we did not think that this pandemic was still going to be going on 2 years later. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous, but I'm trying not to complain about it because it is what it is. You know what I mean? But we're still in this pandemic, and obviously that has had a big effect on my life. I think it affects people's lives differently depending on how they live and their situation and stuff, but it's definitely been a huge impact on my life. Most recently, actually, I did get COVID-19. Crazy because I was honestly, I might have been a little delusional, but I thought I was one of those people that was never going to get COVID. I didn't see it happening because I'm just really safe. I follow all the precautions. I'm a very, very safe person, but it got me. I started feeling sick. I had a sore throat for a couple days, but oddly enough, I get sore throats every single time I travel. It's very weird, but it happened during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I didn't do too much traveling. Well, compared to some people, maybe I did. Anytime I'm getting off of a plane, I like quarantine in my room and I go take a test. And until that test comes back negative, I like don't interact with my family. But I flew from Detroit to Chicago. I had like a weird sore throat, but I just assumed it was because I just got back from Florida like the week before, or 10 days before, I think. And then I went downhill after that. I don't really want to talk about it too much because I'm sick of talking and hearing about COVID. But I will definitely say I think I definitely had more of a medium case, I would say. I think I'm being a little bit dramatic though, because I haven't been sick since like the fall of 2019. So, it might have been like a normal cold, but I did have a lot of the different symptoms. The weirdest symptom that I had was the vomiting. I threw up once, and I wasn't really eating when I was sick. I barely ate. So when I vomited, it was literally just lemon water. It was very, very strange. But the good thing is I'm fully recovered. I feel good. I don't have any more long lasting symptoms. I had a cough for a couple days, like after I like was mainly recovered, but now that is gone, no more congestion. I'm feeling good. My energy is back. And that like the entire time I was just praying for like the safety of my family and for me not to have any long COVID symptoms. I know a lot of people have like brain fog, fatigue, muscle aches, coughs, things like that, but I seem to be good. I don't think I'm back at 100 energy wise. I'm actually going to try and work out today to see exactly like where I am with that. But I think like I'm pretty good. Like the reason why I feel like my energy is not 100% is probably because I've been like really like chilling lately. But I think maybe once I get back into like doing more stuff, I'll notice that I actually am normal. But anyway, yeah, so that was me. I was down bad for quite some time, but I'm good now. If you guys listened to the last episode of season 2, which was episode 23, I shared with you guys some of my New Year's resolutions, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. We have fallen off. I hate when people have excuses, but I do think me being sick definitely was the reason why I didn't have the energy to go to. Well, I couldn't even go to the gym. I was sick, so I couldn't really work out, or I couldn't work out. I guess I technically could have. I could have like worked out in my living room, but that's not realistic, to be honest with you. My daily devotional, that just wasn't what it was supposed to be. My reading, I've been like struggling to get through one chapter for the past week. So this week is actually my goal to get back on track with my New Year's resolutions. I don't even call them resolutions, my New Year goals. I think I can definitely do that. I think I definitely set some attainable goals this year. So if you also fell off your goals for this year, it's okay. You're not alone. I was actually talking to a friend about it, and the same thing has been going on with him. So don't you worry. I promise you, we're going to get it together. Just got to hold ourselves accountable. But okay, other than that, I have been doing pretty okay. One major update is that I have moved to Chicago. I don't remember if I talked about that in my New Year's resolutions and planning for the New Year episode, but I moved. I have my own apartment right now. I'm sitting on my couch, facing my TV with my mic next to me, and I'm feeling good. Like I'm so happy with my apartment. I love my little space. There's still so much decorating to do. Like I don't have any like decor up really. I have a couple things, but like not a lot. Really, really enjoying my apartment. I'm enjoying living alone. It has been really exciting so far. I will say it's definitely a financial difference from living with your family versus living on your own. So I'm still adjusting with that. Who knows when I'll get that whole aspect together, but it's just so funny just how different things are. Like I have to be more cognizant of what I say yes to and what I say no to. Because when I lived at home, if somebody invited me on a trip, heck yes, I'm going. And even now, I'm still saying heck yes. But now I need to figure out, okay, Ariana, how are you gonna pay? Like, how are you going to do this? You know what I mean? So understanding my finances better, making better money decisions, and all of that has been like a pretty interesting experience. But I've only been here for a little over 60 days, and I've been like traveling in and out, so not really the full 60 days, but it has been really, really interesting. I guess we can move into the part of the episode where I talk about my move. So I officially moved in November. If you guys listen to past episodes, you probably heard me, kind of debate about moving. Like, do I want to move? Do I not want to move? And I ultimately decided to move because I wanted something new. I thought I was going to go into the office. I was just ready to start this new phase of life. I felt comfortable with the amount of money that I saved. And I just felt like it was time for me to go. Now, honestly, like 100% with you guys, I think I could have stayed at home a little longer. Like I do miss my family. Even though sometimes they do get on my last nerve, but that's family. Like nothing's ever perfect. I do miss like being with them, like phone calls. It's just different. Like I like probably call my mom like 6 times a day because there's just so much to talk to her about when I can normally just go in her room or she'll be in my room. So that's just like definitely a huge adjustment. But even though part of me is like, I probably could have waited. Definitely still happy that I did move. I've really been enjoying living alone. It's such a peaceful experience. And like today, I didn't work today. I literally just spent the whole day just cleaning, doing what I wanted at my own pace. Like it was really, really nice. So I really, really enjoyed that. A lot of people have asked, "Oh, do you get lonely? Do you get lonely?" I haven't gotten lonely yet, which is weird. Even when I was like sick at home for 14 days. Well, okay, that's a lie. I did get a little bit lonely when I was sick. But I think that's because I literally could not be around people. But I'm really enjoying it. I having a roommate I think would have been nice just to have someone to like watch movies with and like debrief about things or like share meals with. But at the end of the day, I'm fine. Like I'm okay. I think the pandemic has like put my social battery, it's like cut it in half. So I'm not like craving the social interaction that I used to crave when I was in college, but I still do crave human interaction. So I've been meeting up with people here and there. Eventually I do want to do better with that, with meeting new people and things like that. But I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the apartment. I can't wait to like on my YouTube channel. I can't wait to show you guys like the updates and stuff that I've done. And I really enjoy like cooking. Now there was one night when I was like, oh, I wish someone could just cook for me. But it's been like really, really cool. Just trying new recipes and things like that. I made banana bread today. I don't know how it tastes yet. It's cooling. But I'm optimistic that it's gonna taste pretty good because it looks pretty good. So that is the moving update. I will be here until November of 2022. And I think I'm obviously it's way too early to like decide if I want to keep my lease or go somewhere else. But I think I could definitely see myself staying here. I think I would be open. I'm definitely open to trying another area, but this area is definitely very convenient. Like I can get almost anywhere in 30 minutes, which I really, really enjoy. So we will see what I end up doing with that. Of course, every apartment has its pros and its cons. A con for me is our package room. We have like the Luxor package system. So you have to put in a code to get it. But I just feel like sometimes it's really hard for me to find packages, or sometimes I don't even get notified that I have a package. But hopefully that's something that they're working on the back end. And yeah, other than that, I'm really enjoying it. I really like our amenities, our exercise room. So yeah, things are going well in that aspect. If I could give any advice for moving, again, I feel like I've said this a billion times, but save up your money. Like, don't feel pressure to move because everybody else moved. The money that you save is honestly next level. Like, oh, it's great. Like the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 that you could be spending on rent, you can save that a month. You can save that each and every month. You can buy more groceries. You can go on more trips. Like that was my favorite part about like not having to pay rent. So yeah, that's what I have to say about moving. I've had a couple people ask me, well, how long do you see yourself staying in Chicago? And I honestly don't know. Like it's something that's been on my mind. We're kind of talk about this a little bit in the next section. We're going to talk about careers, but like my 2 years at my job is coming to an end, which is crazy. How have I been working for 2 years? Why am I getting old? This means that oh my God, this year is gonna be 2 years post grad. What? I'm getting old. I'm gonna have wrinkles. Okay, so I'm having this realization right now. I don't know how long I want to stay in Chicago. Like the weather, I've only been here for a couple months, but not a fan of the cold weather. I don't think it's been like totally miserable, but I heard that it gets really miserable in February, like really cold, more snow, wind. But I don't know. My boyfriend lives in Florida. So a lot of people be like, oh, the next step would be like you moving to Florida because he used to live here, but he just moved down to Florida. So you go to Florida. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it yet because the answer is I don't know. I definitely want to live on my own a little bit longer before any next steps are taken. But yeah, I don't know how long I'll be here. I like it so far. So we will see. I also like that it's close to home, which is also nice. So yeah, I don't know. I need to stop saying I don't know so much, but that's my answer to that. I have no idea. So let's talk about my career. Since we last had like a real conversation. I'm not going to count the last episode as a real conversation because I didn't really give life updates. But I got a new job or a new role, same company, new role because you guys know I'm in a rotational program and that's what's coming to an end, I think, in August of this year. And I started a new role, and this role is basically I'm a marketing specialist. And I really enjoy the skills that I've been picking up in this new role. Definitely a high learning curve. I still feel like the new girl on the team. There's so much to learn, there's a lot to do. But I am definitely enjoying myself. I'm definitely being challenged in a new way, which I'm enjoying. And basically, in a rotational program, well, in my rotational program, we change once a year, 2-year commitment. Some programs they do every 6 months, some do every 3 months, some you just change when you're ready to change. It really depends on the company and then the program that they have. But I like that I'm getting the experience of having 2 different roles in a year. And then in August, I have to make the decision if I want to stay on my team and stay in my role. Do I want to interview for a different role in the company? Do I want to switch companies? A lot of different decisions that will be made. But right now, really enjoying my team. When I was like planning out this episode, I was thinking, what do I miss about my old job? I would say what I miss about my old role is I miss my team. Like I had a really, really cool team. We used to do like social events like happy hours, games. We did baby showers. I really miss that aspect of my old team and just the people. I had a really, really great group of people that I was working with. Also my manager, he was really, really funny. Kind of like a quirky guy. So he was really, really cool to work with. Very, very supportive. So yeah, I need to like message him and see how he's doing. What else did I miss about my old job? This is dumb, but I miss some access that I used to have for certain applications that I wish I could have for this role, but I don't think I'll get approved for it. So I missed that. That's kind of a lame one. And I think in my old role, I kind of miss the free time that I had. Like I was talking with a coworker the other day. I have not done a coffee chat in months. Like without like a new coffee chat with somebody I didn't know. Like I have coffee chats with like quite a few people like on a monthly basis, but like new like cold coffee chats, I haven't had that. Oh, and let me explain what a coffee chat is because I feel like you may not know if you're not in corporate America, but a coffee chat basically is you and another person or sometimes even a group of people, but typically it's like a one-on-one conversation with somebody over coffee or over a snack or things like that. Typically, it's like 30 minutes. Some people do an hour, but it's a great way to get to know other people in the company or just to have catch ups with people that you work with, that you don't work with, that you used to work with. So it's really great. I have quite a few coffee chats with people in my program, and we just like chat about life, food, what's been going on with us, what's been going on in the program. So yeah, that's just a little definition of what a coffee chat is. So that's what I miss about my old job. In my new role, what are some things that I really like? I already mentioned this, but the skills that I'm learning, I think the challenge aspect is also really good because I told my program manager I wanted to be pushed in an uncomfortable way. And I'm not going to say I'm uncomfortable, but I'm being pushed, y'all. I'm like taking notes and I'm like, what does this mean? I don't know what any of this means. So definitely being pushed in that aspect. Um, yeah, and I've also had like a couple people ask me, "Oh, like, what are your career goals?" Child, I don't know. And I thought at the end of these 2 years, I would know. I think I do have a better idea. What? No. Do I? Okay. Let me think. Do I actually have a better idea? I think I have more interest now, which makes it even more complicated. You guys, I'm interested in so many different things. I was a double major in college. I was broadcast journalism and marketing, and those degrees are still running through my blood. I still want to find a way to utilize my skills for my broadcast journalism degree. I love like production, but not like as serious as some other people in my program love production. Like I don't really want to go into like films and things like that. I don't think. But I just love like cameras and creating content. And that's why I love my podcast and my YouTube channel so much because I am utilizing those skills. But I do think it'll be really cool to eventually move into a role that uses some of that journalism, broadcast, production, communication knowledge that I have, because right now I feel like it's literally a lot of marketing, a little bit of communication, but literally marketing, business. That is my role every day. So I think long term, I definitely want to continue to have a role that's creative, that allows me to work with different people, and create content. Like I think either creating content or working with people to create content. I think that is what I want to do probably in the next 1 to 5 years. That is what I like to see myself doing. So yeah, career stuff, it's a lot to think about. But the good thing is I'm young. I'm not like I'm open to so many different opportunities. So we will see how that goes. I don't know what will happen, but another question that I've been getting just with talking with people, like people saying, "Oh, like how are your friendships going? Like have you made friends in your new city?" And I have a few friends, like less than 5, but a few people that I text with regularly or I see every once in a while. I think with the pandemic, I don't know, especially with like Omarion, aka Omicron, I've definitely been hesitant about like meeting up and things like that just because I really did not want COVID, but it found me anyway. I'm still working on the social aspect of my life. I actually had a late lunch slash dinner with someone that I met this summer. She's so cool. And that was really great talking with her. We have a lot in common. And I think we're definitely going to hang out a lot more often. Because I just think we like so much of the same thing. So I think we're really great fit. This is probably maybe our third or fourth or fifth time hanging out. So she's really cool. And there's a couple other people. I actually had some plans, but when I found out I had COVID, I had to cancel them. So still working on that aspect. But even like with friendships from college, it's I'm still working on that every day. I definitely try to talk to people more often, not necessarily on the phone. That's something I'm still struggling with. Texting, checking in on people, seeing how they're doing. Like, I feel like social media isn't enough, just seeing what somebody's doing on their story. Because, for example, I could be doing terrible. Like, for example, when I was sick, nobody on my social media knew. You might have been able to pick up hints because I was complaining about how I could not get any at home tests or get a COVID test appointment. So you could probably maybe assume, but that was on my close friends. But like, people don't really post when things are going wrong in their life. Some people do, but most people don't. Okay. Just trying to be more intentional with my friendships, talking with people more often. Because I think sometimes it's very easy to become complacent in friendships. So try not to do that. And also understand that every friendship is different. You know, there are some friends that you're going to FaceTime every week, every month. And there's some friends that you're just going to touch base on a quarterly basis, and that's totally fine. But for the most part, I think I'm doing pretty good. Enjoying the friendships that I have, enjoying the friendships that I'm creating. And I still want to grab Jasmine Watt. We did an episode last year. She was in season 2 about, she used to work in social media. And we talked about a little bit of friendships in there. And I definitely want to have her to come on because I think we have had similar experiences and we're very similar in so many different ways. So friendships post grad in a pandemic are just weird at the end of the day. They honestly are. They're very weird, but not necessarily weird in a negative way, but just weird because you have to put in more effort than you think you need to. Still want to eventually venture out to make new friends, but we'll see how that's looking when it gets a little bit warmer outside. But yeah, guys, I think that's like the overall update. Overall, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm enjoying my new life. I have a lot of trips planned for this year. Well, the first half of this year. I don't know what the heck is going on after July or June. Well, I kind of know what's going on with July, but like up until June, I kind of know what's going on. So very excited. Again, if you guys want to see like more content from me on the regular or more like a different type of content, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. It's Ariane Janae's World. I always have the link in every episode. And you can check out my Instagram at Ariane for regular updates. Especially like with cooking. Oh, my TikTok. I post about like pretty much all the food I make on TikTok. TikTok is so fun. It's so different from YouTube and Instagram, but it's I don't know. It like there's so much more I feel comfortable doing on TikTok than on Instagram. But yeah, that's the life update. That's what I got going on. I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about season 3, like what to expect. I definitely want this season to be better than all of the rest. I have some amazing guests coming on. Y'all, getting guests for season 3 was a little hard. Like I messaged quite a few people. And for season 2, everybody I DM'd actually got back to me immediately. For season 3, some people have not gotten back to me, but just it's okay. Season 3 is gonna be really good. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be hard to top season 2 because season 2 was one of my favorites. I just want to remind people, if you know somebody that would be interested on coming on the show, or if you're interested in coming on, I do have like a guest pitch form in the Instagram bio. You can just tell me a little bit about yourself, why you want to be on the podcast, and then I will get back to you. Season 3 is going to be great. It's going to be challenging in the terms of like me balancing everything, but I think I can do it. Like, I balanced so much in college, I can balance this stuff post grad. Okay, I'm capable of it. You're capable of balancing whatever you have going on in your life as well. But yeah, season 3 is gonna be good. I can't wait for you guys to hear next week's episode. Again, like I said, really, really cool guests coming on. I expanded my horizons. New topics are going to be discussed. So be on the lookout for that. But it was great chatting with you guys, giving a life update. Don't forget to leave a rating and a review for this podcast. Again, you can do so either on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. I will see you guys or hear you guys or connect with you guys next week for another episode, for episode 2 of season 3 of the Graduate and Grown podcast. It's your host, Ariane McCullough, and I am signing out. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay motivated. Go back and look at those New Year goals. And don't let adulting beat you up too much, okay? Don't let it try to take you out, because we can do this. Our parents did it. We can do this too. So I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace out. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Graduated and Grown podcast. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, be sure to rate this podcast 5 stars and subscribe to the podcast so you can get a notification every single time a new episode is posted each week. Also, don't forget to follow our Instagram at Graduated and Grown so you can learn a little bit more about our guests, about our topics, get some resources, and provide some feedback and or episode ideas for the podcast. All right, y'all, it was your host, Ariane, and I'll talk with you all next week.